once his chance was gone. He's been off for 63 days since then. He needs to step up fairly markedly on that if he's to trouble Weissmuller, but there was certainly some promise in that performance.
And the other member of the trio is number 2 in Invitorio for Clifford Lee and Carl Burke. Again, 1 run on the board for this Invincible Army gelding, and it was when running pretty green on debut at Pontefract.
Yeah, it was just 12 days ago. He was slowly away from a wide draw there and always on the back foot. He is bred to be quite speedy, though. He is by Invincible Army out of a useful mare who was a winner and listed place at this trip. He shapes very much like he will improve for the experience, but he's going to have to.
All 3 runners then in the paddock ahead of our second as we drop back in distance, and it's over 6 furlongs.
To the Air Gold Cup.
Yeah, just the 3 runners here for this 2-year-old 6 furlong Virgin Bet maiden stakes. Vice Miller for Holly Doyle and Archie Watson. Holly Doyle on the score sheet yesterday at Musselburgh, 3-1 on this horse, who's got a high rating of 92 officially. He's having his first run since being gelded. Blue Pinatubu, who's just run the once that came at the Goodwood Festival. This horse is 7-2, and Invitorio makes up the 3 runners, a representative from the Carl Burke yard, and that horse is 8-1. So trappy little affair, but the betting is speaking volumes of Vice Miller, with Holly Doyle going cantering down to post in shot. Let's head back over to Gordon and Ed.
There's the favourite then on his way down to post, Wise Muller under Holly Doyle. Holly's only ride of the day, having moved across from Hamilton Park. Archie Watson, the trainer of a horse that's got 4 runs to the board, and, well, including a run in the Royal Ascot Windsor Castle race as well, Ed. He actually, in that particular contest, won his group, didn't he?
He did. He actually led home
up the centre.
Yeah, the biggest group as well, at a huge price. That is the standout piece of form on show here. It is also his standout piece of form. Whether he's worth his official marker, was it 92, I think?
92.
Just now, I think remains very much open to question, because 2 runs since then haven't really revealed an awful lot. Last of 7 under a more attacking ride in that listed race in France on his next start. And then here, I was initially disappointed with his run here last time, Gordon. It was over that
end of July too.
Yeah, that intermediate trip of 5.5. He was steadied out of the stalls by Holly Doyle, keen to, I think, get some cover. You can see he's got the red hood going down to the start here. Presumably a horse that maybe can get lit up a little bit. But just the way that race turned out, it was I think a downwind, a tailwind on fairly quick ground, and in a race where they lowered the course record for that 5.5 furlong trip for juveniles, that is. And he could never really get into it. He did make some good late gains at the end, but he couldn't get to grips with the winner. Now that winner was Symbol of Strength, who went on to run 3rd in the Gimcrack at a big price, and then has subsequently won a Group 3 at Kempton. So I think it was a better race than I certainly gave it credit for at the time. And having watched that race back 2 or 3 times since then, I think he actually ran better than I gave him credit for as well, because circumstances didn't pan out ideally for him. I think now is the time when he's really got to stand up and deliver and prove that run at the Windsor Castle wasn't a fluke. It's a good bit of form on paper, isn't it? Particularly as he was drawn on he came from what looked to be the disadvantaged side of the track. But he's got to now go and put one of these races to bed. He's got a good chance of doing it. His form stacks up well compared to his 2 rivals, who admittedly are open to much more improvement with 1 run each under their belts. But now I think is kind of going to be the acid test for Vice Muller. He's shown a good level of form. He's now got to go and put one of these to bed, like I say.
And his prices rose all the way through from €4,000 as a foal to €12,000 as a yearling, and 68,000 guineas as a breeze up 2-year-old. So he's clearly been the type that has progressed physically with age.
Yeah, and he does look like he's ready for this step up to 6 furlongs as well, Gordon. So I don't think we should really have too many excuses for Vice Muller if he doesn't deliver today.
The second favourite, Blue Pinatubo, that 1 run, as we mentioned, in a Goodwood race that has produced a fair few winners.
Yeah, just a maiden race at Goodwood, but not just a maiden race, if you like, as well, Gordon, because it was a very valuable race. It was a 30-odd grand plus prize to the winner, and it has thrown up loads of winners subsequently. It was a couple of months ago, but the winner, Jounce, has got on and got form at group level. Loads of winners in behind there, and he certainly showed plenty of speed through the first half mile of that race, Blue Pinatubo. Didn't really see the race out. Maybe it was a combination of inexperience, perhaps an undulating track as well. Wasn't knocked about, but certainly the fact he was sent all the way down there suggests he'd been showing plenty at home. I expect to see him step up on that here. I think he's a more likely challenger to the favourite here than Invitorio, whose the bare form of that Pontefract run doesn't look as good.
Almost set for the first race on the straight course.
Yeah, thanks, Goody. Just waiting for Blue Pinatubo to come in. Stall number 4, then we'll be set to race here. The other 2 in nicely. Blue Pinatubo comes forward to stall number 4. And stall handler emerging. That's it. They're all in. We're set to race. They're off. Over 6 furlongs for the Virgin Bet Maiden Stakes. Weissmuller away well. The maroon jacket, the dark blue sleeves and the white cap. Towards the right, Invitorio in the brown and beige. And towards the left, Blue Pinatubo in the royal blue with the striped sleeves and the white cap. Just a steady gallop being set by Holly Doyle on Weissmuller as they go through the first furlong and a half. Showing the way by 3 parts of a length to Blue Pinatubo and Joe Fanning to the near side, and Invitorio and Clifford Lee over towards the far side. Only 3 lengths separate the 3 runners as they head down towards the halfway mark, and it's Weissmuller who continues to set the fractions here, in front by about a half length. Blue Pinatubo well within striking range on the left. Invitorio just coaxed along for a stride or two towards the right. Back to the final 2 furlongs now. Weissmuller now asked to pick up and go and win the race. Invitorio running a big race on the far side, tries to stay with Weissmuller. Blue Pinatubo towards the near side kept going. Holly Doyle getting a bit more serious on Weissmuller as they come inside the final furlong. Weissmuller by a length. Invitorio to the far side. Blue Pinatubo still working hard behind them. Holly Doyle is having to work very hard on Weissmuller inside the final half. Blue Pinatubo mowing him down. Blue Pinatubo the near side gets up to score. Weissmuller in second. Invitorio for third.
Yeah, last the first, there's only 3 runners, but that's the way it happened. Blue Pinatubo, who at one stage looked an unlikely winner, and Weissmuller, who'd come under pressure soon after halfway from Holly Doyle, having fought off Invitorio. Blue Pinatubo was the main danger, who swooped over the top to win in the closing stages going away. Weissmuller finished second, Invitorio and third. Not much between the first 3.
No, there wasn't, but there was just enough of a margin, a significant margin of, what was it, ahead, I think, or there or thereabouts for Blue Pinatubo. Different tactics here on Weissmuller compared to last time, where he was reined back out the stalls and ridden more patiently, given every chance by Holly Doyle. But you could see the distress signals being sent out from a good way out, and Blue Pinatubo has just ridden with slightly more restraint, has been produced to deliver on the line.
Here we go from the start.